as a marketer, somebody who develops strategy, content, programming, I was prime for AI to come for my job. When I started to play around with ChatGPT, different tools, what I found was different than I thought. ChatGPT responds to prompts that you give it. AI responds to things that you tell it to do. They are absolutely tools, not competition. And it's really helpful if you look at these things as mirrors to your unique magic. Hi everyone, my name is Kaylee, and on my channel, we talk about our relationship with technology. Like any old group chat, we unpack our relationship with technology because it is getting more complicated and debatably more toxic than ever. Today, I want to talk to you about AI. Of course, I'm talking about AI. AI is having a very mainstream moment in media right now. Everybody is talking about it. But I want to provide a different perspective on the subject. By the end of this video, you'll walk away feeling a bit better and excited to use these tools to really level up. I truly believe that AI is going to give us a different sense of purpose. It's going to help us feel more connected to each other. It's going to give us our time back and allow us to express our creativity in a different way. It's going to allow us to be more confident. If you had that, what could happen? Oftentimes, we see crazy headlines. We're concerned about layoffs. We're concerned that AI will replace people's jobs. We're concerned about biased algorithms, perpetuating discrimination, inequality. We're concerned about our privacy. And overall, we're concerned that this technology is coming so fast at us that people are going to get left behind. These are all very valid concerns. And if these are making you anxious, it's important we don't let that anxiety completely shut us down. We are in the gray area between these innovations rolling out and regulations catching up. So it's important to be tuned in to the process and be loud about demanding better outcomes. If you know anything about my work with Cyber Collective, you'll know that this mission is so core to what we do. These tools could actually transform our lives for the better if we set those intentions today. The purpose of today's conversation is about our individual relationships with AI, how these tools are changing our perceptions of ourselves. And again, based on the headlines, including this headline around how to manage your anxiety with AI, it for good reason is making people feel insecure, making people feel uncertain, making people feel anxious. There was a study that came out recently that said it's official, AI outperforms human creativity. This article goes over the study that I was just referring to, and it's really helpful to dig a little deeper because I think it supports the fact that there's a lot of unique perspective and therefore unique creativity that comes from the human experience. Participants were asked to generate uncommon and creative uses for everyday objects. On average, the AI chatbots outperformed human participants in their responses. So the responses were rated. Human responses included poor quality ideas, and the chatbots were rated to produce more creative responses overall. But I think it's really important here to understand what the caveats are with any study. And in this case, the human responses had a bigger range, and the best human responses outperformed the chatbot's best responses in the majority of the categories. So, what does that mean? It just means that while the study highlights the potential of AI as a tool to enhance our creativity, it underscores the unique and complex nature of human creativity, which may be difficult to fully replicate or surpass with AI technology. This isn't a situation where we are going to just get overrun by AI because AI is better than us. AI is a tool that can really support us and amplify our own creativity. So what we have to do now is really understand how we interact with it and how we use it
for the world that we wish to see.
You now have exponential capabilities to achieve your goals. You play a major role in what happens next. If you have intention in how you approach using these tools, integrating them into your work, there's a world and a reality where you feel even more confident, even more secure in your leadership, even clearer on what your worth and value is because of your unique human experience. ChatGPT responds to prompts that you give it. AI responds to things that you tell it to do. They are absolutely tools, not competition. And it's really helpful if you look at these things as mirrors to your unique magic. Because even though AI is trained on a bunch of data, and also apparently a ton of YouTube videos that exist on the internet. What AI doesn't have is your unique lived experience. It doesn't have the memories you have, it doesn't have the perceptions you have of all of the different experiences, information, pieces of content you've gathered along the way. And one of the things I love to think about is that it definitely doesn't have the wisdom that you carry in your DNA from generations upon generations before you. That shapes who you are. That shapes your perspective and how you approach your work, your creativity, your art, the way that you have purpose in this world and find connection with other people. AI could never replace that. I'm not talking about the future right now, okay? Pieces of content you've gathered along the way. And one of the things I love to think about is that it definitely doesn't have the wisdom that you carry in your DNA from generations upon generations before you. That shapes who you are. That shapes your perspective and how you approach your work, your creativity, your art, the way that you have purpose in this world and find connection with other people. AI could never replace that. That is where we can truly draw our confidence from. That is the thing that can dispel our anxieties, dispel our insecurities. Now, from my perspective as a marketer, somebody who develops strategy, content, programming, I was prime for AI to come for my job.
So I quit before it could.
I started to play around with ChatGPT, different tools. What I found was different than I thought as I prompted AI to give me copy, to produce strategy, to make recommendations. All of that copy actually helped me find my own voice. ChatGPT couldn't necessarily nail it exactly the way that I would. Once I started to use it more and more, I was staying in my zone of genius. I became more confident in knowing what I was uniquely bringing to the table. When I started to see my voice mirrored back to me through the work that I was doing with these tools, I started to level up and see myself as this new version, next level leader. It helped me create a new identity with my skills. That is the thing that I can feel completely confident in because that is who I am. That is me. AI could never be exactly me. I'm not talking about the future right now, okay? If you can use these tools with purpose, you will be able to experience that too. I want to share this clip from one of my business partners, Greyson. He's an AI and automations consultant. And we recently had this conversation when I was in Atlanta for a panel he was hosting about the future of business. I'm just going to show the clip.
Human collaboration with AI is what is going to make and break whatever you're doing with the technology. Throughout the time, I was also able to use AI to help me personally, help me to overcome my learning challenges with dyslexia, with ADHD and Tourette syndrome, which is a game changer because, for a long period of my life, I just thought I was stupid. I was dumb because I process information differently. I wasn't able to articulate things as well, especially when English is not my first language. So AI really helped me to one organize my thought better, and also help me to learn, retain information better, and to able to articulate my thoughts better as well.
I honestly get chills every time I think of this clip. I asked my Instagram stories if anybody had any thoughts on this topic. One of the responses that I got, shout out Allison, was that AI helped people feel more articulate, more intelligent, again, more confident. If I think about the things I was working on when it comes to my skill set and also my leadership, I have struggled with them way less ever since ChatGPT came into my life. It's really helpful, especially if you are neurodivergent, to be able to cover your blind spots if you're feeling really insecure or anxious about these tools. I really encourage you to shift your mindset over how these tools can support what you do best, not replace what you do best. One of the things somebody else commented, shout out Zainab, she shared a podcast around how AI is going to unlock even more art and more creativity. And I think Coco Moco, who's a TikTok pop culture marketing influencer, said this, and I agree. Human mistakes, human errors are going to be valued so much more in art and in content because that is something that AI won't be able to create. Only human beings will be able to create. The market goes in these pendulum moves, and whenever something happens, it's going to balance out the other way. The more noise that we see on the internet, the more we're going to value exclusivity. We are going to value spaces where we feel like we can tune out the noise and just immerse ourselves in the experience that people are creating. When it becomes more commonplace that people can do quantity, quality with a human touch is really going to be something that rises to the top. These tools could be game changing in allowing us to focus on very real life things that typically in our work lives, in hustle culture, we don't give ourselves time and space to focus on. If these tools free up our time, what are we going to do with that extra time? Absolutely, these tools helped me reach my goals at least 2 times faster, if not 10 times faster. Because we have these tools, does that mean that it's worth producing 10 times the amount in the period of time that we have? Or does that mean that we sit and look at that work and say, cool, this is at such a level of excellence that this is enough? If we aren't careful, we'll just fill that time building in more hustle, more productivity. We have the choice to be able to balance that time with these other things that we value. The more that I live a fulfilling life, the better I can create and have an impact using these tools. ChatGPT really helped me understand how to manage my time better so that I can still accelerate towards my goals and then also spend time nurturing these other parts of my human experience. One of the things that I'm trying to do, especially because my hobbies are so work focused, is incorporate more creative practices into my life, make art, make non-digital art. Okay, it's kind of digital, but I've been playing around with these like keyboard key fashions. I love fashion design that includes technology. I really believe so much comes down to intention. And shout out to my boyfriend Daniel. He says this all the time. Start to move forward with intention and decide now the goals you are going to be able to achieve even faster, the unique contribution you are going to bring to this world even better with these tools, and what you are going to do with the time that you save, how you're going to better manage your health, your relationships, your creativity, your art, your hobbies. Just decide and then experiment. You have the ability to use them to supplement your life, to make your life better. You have the power to shape how that's going to change your life. And if that power, if that sense of ownership, if that fact that that choice is in your hands doesn't make you feel more confident, just start typing in things in ChatGPT. You will understand. It is not perfect. If we are going to spiral about the future, the spiral that I choose to go in is that we're going to figure out these regulations. We are working towards a better world. We are working towards better solutions because we deserve them. All of this could absolutely lead towards a reality where we can just live life and have more fulfilling experiences. And if that is an option, that is going to be the path that I move forward in.
ChatGPT and OpenAI will not be getting my support until they make an affirmation generator. Like, is anyone working on this for the woo-woo peoples of the world? I'm talking about a place where you can plug in, hey, I'm feeling insecure about asking the bus driver to open the back door, and it plugs an affirmation for you to be like, my voice deserves to be heard. By asking, I open the portal for others to ask. Like, shit like that. Because right now, I'm making my own custom affirmations. They're bespoke, they're fine, they're good, but can you imagine how useful it would be to have artificial intelligence tell you what you need to tell yourself?
As always, you can find this episode on my podcast version, online and IRL. I would love to have you join me on my Substack. I'm posting exclusive videos on there. Would love for you to check it out. Go check out Cyber Collective. Again, I really hope that you feel inspired to look at things differently and move forward in a more empowered way today. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, and I will see you soon in another video.